Resolution is crucial, but not in the way most people commonly assume. I used to max out my display resolution only to find everything looked microscopically small on the final recording. The secret is to intentionally lower the resolution a bit so the UI elements become bigger and easier for your audience to follow. Viewers consistently value clarity over sheer high-resolution pixel density, so bigger text truly wins every time. Next up is frame rate consistency. Try to shoot, edit, and export everything at the exact same setting whenever possible. I often run into trouble when I mix my 24 FPS camera footage with a 30 FPS screen recording, which causes distracting jitter. Screen recorders absolutely have a frame rate that matters, so make sure you check that specific setting. Nowadays, I generally aim to capture both my talking head and my screen at a smooth 30 frames per second for the final export. Moving on to tip number 3. You absolutely must declutter your desktop before hitting that record button. People are naturally nosy, and you certainly don't want any distracting icons taking focus from your main content. See if your screen recording software has a built-in feature to automatically hide all those pesky desktop icons during the capture. If you use multiple monitors, consider making the unrecorded screen your main desktop, so all your icons naturally live over there. My favorite hack involves switching my wallpaper to a single, flat, solid color like black for ultimate simplicity. The massive benefit here is that if a sliver of desktop accidentally peeks out during an edit, you can cover it with a simple matching rectangle that blends perfectly. After your initial edit pass, go back and systematically keyframe selective zooms and pans to precisely direct the viewer's attention. If you are showing a tiny drop-down or just a couple of critical mouse clicks, you must zoom right in so the audience isn't left squinting. Adding a subtle highlight or a soft vignette around the focused area further enhances the viewer's attention on that specific UI element. These small, deliberate micro-movements significantly increase the pacing and make any tutorial feel far more professionally polished. You should also start thinking about vertical content creation right from the very beginning of your capture process. I actually bought an external monitor so I could easily flip my display into portrait mode for recording content for shorts or reels. Always remember to check the safe margins for vertical video to ensure critical text or UI elements aren't cropped out when posted. When overlaying your talking head onto the screen recording, there are slick ways to do it without looking cheap or gimmicky. The simplest method is to crop your camera footage into a clean shape, like a circle, and then add a thin, contrasting stroke around the edge. Another surprisingly effective technique involves using your editor's one-click background removal feature for a clean cutout. For a more creative and intentional look, try compositing yourself so you appear as if you are physically inside the software interface itself. Tip number 7, which was a huge game changer for my workflow, is checking for mouse cursor smoothing options. When you cut between 2 different clips, a cursor that teleports looks unprofessional and immediately breaks immersion. Many screen recorders can interpolate the movement across the cut, allowing the cursor to glide naturally instead of jumping abruptly. You can even take it a step further by manually refining the cursor path to ensure the motion is crystal clear and pleasing to the eye. Number 8 is all about making user inputs immediately obvious. You need to visualize those clicks and keystrokes for the audience. If a right click is an important part of the instruction, make sure your recording software adds a ripple effect or a colored ring to confirm the action. For keyboard shortcuts, overlays that clearly display the exact keys being pressed are incredibly helpful for anyone learning a new function. Now, here is the single piece of advice that has saved me the most cumulative time over the years. Never be afraid to simply re-record the whole segment if the first take was messy. Honestly, wrestling with a long, chaotic timeline full of mistakes is often significantly slower than just redoing the entire walkthrough once you know what to show. I frequently record an hour of raw footage, refine the process in an initial edit, and then record a clean 10-minute version that is ready for final shaping. This cleaner second pass is simply faster to edit and transforms much more easily into a high-quality tutorial you can be proud of. This brings us to the editing and distribution phase, which is unfortunately where most creators end up wasting countless hours every single week. Powerful tools like Premiere or Final Cut are excellent, but they often require tedious manual trimming, searching for highlights, and scheduling posts platform by platform. Some creators gravitate towards expensive, overly complicated suites that are simply overkill, when the goal is just consistent short-form content production. This is precisely the area where smarter, AI-driven editing tools truly begin to shine and offer massive efficiency gains. For instance, you can upload a massive lecture or a multi-hour live stream and let the system automatically identify and clip the highest engagement snippets for you. Instead of spending hours scraping through timelines to locate the best moments, you instantly receive ready-made clips already formatted for various platforms. Layering on top of that, an auto-scheduling feature removes yet another manual step from your weekly production burden. You simply set your desired posting cadence, and the system will queue up and publish clips based on your preset calendar preferences. Furthermore, having an integrated content calendar allows you to view, edit, and schedule everything from one central dashboard, reducing app switching. When you contrast that with older workflows, you see that while a tool like Camtasia does cursor smoothing well, it demands much more manual input as you scale your output. Adobe apps are incredibly powerful for deep edits, but come with a steep learning curve if your main goal is just pumping out a steady stream of short, engaging clips. Many successful creators end up with a fractured process by using too many separate tools that don't talk to each other efficiently. I personally prefer a hybrid approach. I use specialized tools for the things they do best, like quick screen capture tweaks, but delegate all the repetitive clipping and publishing to an AI clipper. The very last critical element to nail down is always the audio quality, because great visuals are completely negated by terrible sound. You absolutely must invest in a reliable, decent quality microphone and get very comfortable with monitoring your recording levels in real time. Clean and consistent audio is the definitive line separating a viewer who stays to watch a tutorial versus one who clicks away in the first few seconds. So, to recap the core advice, make your UI readable with smart resolution choices, match all your frame rates, declutter your workspace, and visualize every key action. Remember to design vertically for shorts, smooth out cursor movements, visualize clicks, and don't hesitate to re-record for cleaner takes. Crucially, when it comes to editing and getting content out there, start looking for tools that ruthlessly automate the boring administrative tasks. An AI that auto-edits viral clips, handles scheduling, and manages your calendar in one view is a true workflow multiplier for any regular creator. If any of these specific tips helped you streamline your process today, please hit that like button or leave a helpful comment below. If you're interested, I can easily share my exact recording and export preset settings, or even do a full walkthrough of that simple black background masking trick. Until we connect again in the next video, keep iterating on your production process and keep creating excellent content. The less time you spend fighting with your software tools, the exponentially more time you gain back to focus on mastering the actual substance of your videos. That's it for now. Go ahead and implement these changes, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.